Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Send your request into designs@patioheat.com for your personalized recommendations. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for more sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have this residential application, and today's discussion is going to be more about placement of heaters and benefits of placement as well as output of the unit. So this particular customer has a existing Sunpak heater. I believe it's an S34, and it's mounted on this beam here. Let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions that I have. So overall dimensions, you can see we're about 13 foot center to center on these posts, 14 foot center to center on these posts, and then I have a height of the bottom of the edge of this beam being at 8'6", and then the beam that's coming across here, and I should say that there is another beam across here, I believe, but this beam here is at 9'6" to the bottom edge of the beam itself. I also have the top beam over here at 11'7". I don't have that true information, so that information is just a possibility. So in any case, the client had asked about placing a more powerful unit possibly in this position, and being that it's an S34 runs, it's a 34,000 BTU unit. I have it mounted on the beam 30 degrees. There's not a more powerful unit, and they're already aware of that information. And the question is there a better way of placing this heater? They would like to just get more heat, more uniform heat in this position, if possible, and or place a larger unit there. So again, there's not a larger unit. And at that mounting height, again, that 9'6" mounting height, so the unit itself was going to end up being probably, 9'2" off the finished floor. S34 is the proper unit for that. Placing a more or a hotter unit only intensifies the space right below the unit. When the heater itself is putting its ray out, if it was more intense, then this would be the warmer spot here, a more comfortable spot, and this would be probably a too hot of a spot. However, there's one other issue that I do see with this 30-degree tilt. So let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat that it provides. So again, you can see that at this angle, and if these chairs are truly placed along the edge of this wall here, it's a curved wall, then you're not really receiving the whole amount of heat that you would really like to right here. And the only people that would really probably feel comfortable would be the ones that are sitting in this position here and this position here, possibly this position here. So the output of the heat is really designed for a maximum of 10-foot throw, so 10 foot going this direction. And in any case, that's why I'm stating that this is probably the best two occupied spaces. And again, at 30 degrees tilt, the underside here isn't really receiving that much heat below the unit itself. Now, if we change the angle slightly, let's go ahead and just change this angle, maybe even just 10 degrees. Maybe we'll go 5 degrees. Let's see what they look like here. This will be 10 degrees here. Let me see if I can get back into that position. And now you can see that at 20 degrees, we're not starting now to heat up this area here fairly decently. And again, that throw out here, at about 8 foot from the heater location itself is the best you're going to really get. So let's just make a mark from here out at 8 feet. And so that's going to be about here, and down to the ground would be about there. So that's the maximum distance that you're going to really feel any of the heat output over here. Past this, you're not going to really feel much of it at all. So this would be okay, 20 degrees. better than a 30-degree tilt, I would believe. And another thing I just want to mention too is, and I'm going to erase these two marks now, is that above the unit, mounted like this at a 30-degree tilt, it requires, I believe it's 18 inches above the heater and 24 inches on the left and right of the heater itself. So that's something that you just need to make sure that you are meeting. Let's go ahead and look at what I have here. So the distances that I have here, I have at 18 inches, and you can see that we have another 1.5 inches roughly from my position of this beam itself. So all right, let's go ahead and turn off that unit and then look at what might be another option. The other option would be placing the unit centrally in this position here. You can see that I have this as a 4-inch bracket, or excuse me, a 4-inch beam. The bracket itself is 6 inches. You may want to get like a 90-degree steel bracket that's only 1 inch in length, and you can remove this one and use that instead, just to make it look a little bit better. And anyways, when you mount it a S34 34,000 BTU unit, then the required distance below the heater is only 13 inches from the top edge of the heater to any combustible surface around the top of the unit. And I think this would be a better footprint as far as the coverage area. Also, just note that I would probably just simply bring the gas line. They have an existing gas line that comes up and behind this beam here to the existing unit, but I would just extend this gas line out here, bring it up along one of the edges of the beam, and I have it painted at this brighter orange, but you can just paint it the same color as your wood surface, drop it down here, and then do a flex connection over here. The reason I want it over here is because I believe the outside edge here is on a hillside, so you probably have some wind movement going this direction, and I always think it's best to have the control side on the upward wind side of the area, because that way you're not ever pushing gases along the control side. So if the control side was here, the wind's coming this direction, some of the exhaust would flow over here, and it can cause the unit to malfunction. Typically not right away, but long-term use. So that's why I like to have the gas line on the upwind side of the unit itself. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat for this particular application, and you can see the footprint of heat is really ideal for almost the entire space. It's all uniform, and I think this would be the best application. So another thing I just should mention is the unit they do have is a black unit. So this is a stainless model. They're exactly the same in configuration, just different colors. Now the downside to it, let's go ahead and look at, so I just mentioned that the ray that you see here, you don't visually see this ray with true infrared light waves. So let's go ahead and just look at what it would, what it would look like looking outside of the window. It would look something similar to this. You'd have to really look up to see the unit here. However, going back to the original existing unit, you don't see that one much at all, especially if you're looking out into the scenery out here. So but going back to this one here, looking at the same level, you're not seeing that unit as well. I just think this would be a much better application in the long run for this space. So I think that's about it. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button. We don't advertise, not monetize. YouTube does not promote our channel to anyone unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers, and that really helps our channel out. So we thank you for doing that. Have an excellent day.